Hey everyone, Saul here. Welcome back to episode 4 of the Fresh Start World Progress. Last episode went over some pretty important stuff at the end there, so if you haven't seen that, here's your chance to go do so. This episode, you can see I have quite a lot of money, so I'm probably going to blow some amount of that. This won't be the last episode, I hope, because there's about a week left until the competitive period ends, but this episode I am making the start to the final push for ranks in terms of earning halos and whatnot. So if you're unaware, the competitive period ends on Monday, November 21st, and at that time the high scores are snapshot. And if you earn top 100 in an individual skill or top 100 overall, you get a challenger halo. So obviously there are a limited number of these things available. So it would be a nice feat, nice thing to accomplish, and nice thing to have on the Iron Man as well. I didn't think I would be able to realistically go for one because a lot of the high scores are pretty crammed, but top 100 overall is more realistic than an individual skill. And at this point, I believe I'm also capable of going for top 100 invention. Got some hidden tech up my sleeve if it starts looking a little dicey. But for now, I think I'm going to focus on overall while doing my usual AFK things, working towards invention as well. I've got a couple of easy-ish levels to work on for top 100 overall, but I have a feeling people are going to go pretty hard. I do have a bunch of brawling gloves that I mentioned at the end of the last video that I want to use up as well, just for the sake of it. And because I do also kind of want to try and max before the end of Fresh Start as a whole, which is in 9 weeks, 8 weeks after the end of the competitive period. It'd be nice to do so before the good bonus runs out, because if I craft this real quick, start running back, I can check out the event, and we see next week we have an 80% XP drop off. We're going to go from 250% effective XP to 170%, which is pretty steep. So looking to avoid that, use up the brawlers that I have, and start working towards some other things as well. So I guess to summarize the intro, well, it's only 3 minutes, definitely felt like longer, but I'm glad it's shorter. To summarize, in this video, will be starting to make a push for top 100 overall and or top 100 invention, as well as using up some brawlers and setting up for my long-term goals of, in order, 120 archaeology, 120 thieving, and max for the I really want the inverted cape for archaeology because it's my favorite skill at this point. Thieving as well, again, one of my favorites, and just a generally fast skill with a good looking cape. And then maxing just because it would be nice to have all the inverted 99 capes at least on the Iron Man. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright, it's time to hopefully buy double surge finally. If I can find someone that's selling double surge codex. Let's see. 15 mil. Do you buy? Nope. If it doesn't instant buy for 18, I'll leave in a slow buy for 15. Okay, there we go. Just under 18. Somebody's obviously trying to undercut, but more than happy to pay that price. Got plenty of cash flowing right now. Double surge should make the running back and forth to the altar over here nicer, given that I don't have an attuned crystal teleport seed, so can't do the, or bladed dive, so I can't do the like bladed dive across, surge, teleport back, and have everything off cooldown. So this will have to do. Ooh, just missed it, but there's 2,500 total. Almost certainly top 100 at the moment, but obviously gonna finish out this Amlet hour and then see where I'm at. Alright, I'm gonna stop here actually because I'm out of granite, and it's instant selling for 4K. don't even want to think about what it's instant buying for, so I just put in an offer to slow buy some for 3k a piece. Hopefully I can stock up on some of that before future Amlot hours, but yeah, I guess whenever an Amlot hour happens, I will swing by here and do a bit of summoning training, but even so, 79 to 85 in that amount of time, not bad at all. Still have to think about what I want to do with my blue charms, probably Rune Minotaurs. Yeah, Geyser Titans are going to be insanely expensive. Let me just price a few things. Okay, maybe the difference isn't going to be as big as I thought. 10k for Water Talismans, 9.2k for Rune Bars. It's pretty steep. How far up are Geyser Titans? 89? Yeah, I can definitely get to 89 doing the usual Crimson Charms, whatever they're called, Granite Lobsters. So I think I'll do that and then go from there. I don't think there are going to be any good alternatives unless I can do, what are they, Fire Titans, other Titans? Oh yeah, they're way down here at 79. Probably a decent difference in XP, but I'm sure the cost is still round about the same. Almost missed it because I was not paying attention, but there is 96 summoning. I might have even been 79 in the last clip. I've just done, I was going to say every Amlot hour I saw, but it was like 1.5. So about an hour and a half from 79 to 96 in total. So Pack Yak, Gripper Demon, pretty good. Going to be training with Pack Yaks from this point forward. Pretty much all tapped out on blues. I might actually have enough crimsons to finish off 99, so if so, that'll be pretty nice. Otherwise, I have like, you know, no chance of competing for summoning ranks, so I'm not going to bother with that or anything. Let's see. 32k XP. I'll have to do some math real quick, but I think that's enough. Just kidding, it's a couple 100k short, but still pretty close. Here's 95 Woodcutting. Been hosting some divine locations out here in Mage Bank. I've got quite a few brawlers to go through. Woodcutting takes a couple days, doing magic trees to go through. So I did a double yesterday and a single today. I'll have like 20 charges left over, which is nothing pretty much. And then I'll be switching over to fishing brawlers. Hopefully I can pick up 85 to be able to use cave fish locations. Otherwise, I guess I'll probably just do shark because I have such a limited amount of time and only so many things to do with, or so many days to use the charges, essentially. So I think I just repeated myself 3 times in one sentence somehow, but that's the gist of it. I got a ridiculous amount of XP. Actually, did I make a clip about this already? I might have, but yeah, I'm just going to cut this one short then. I mean, if you want to think about the total XP, the gloves come with 600 something, 500 something charges, and I'm getting, well, use are different, but for Jagex, you know, 3,400 XP per charge, essentially, almost 3,500. So around about 2 mil per pair of brawlers over the course of a few days, and realistically a few minutes. Takes like 10, 12, 15 minutes to cap out your divine locations. So I'm coming close to the end of today's, and it's 7 minutes past reset. So insane XP per hour, essentially like 5-6 million plus is what we're looking at. So absolutely insane. I've got a plan for some other brawlers as well, but these ones are more pressing, so I'm just using them over time essentially. Alright, it's first thing in the morning and I can either hear a person or a turkey screaming outside, so that's interesting. But there's 95 prayer. Getting all the, I guess, PVM related unlocks today with 90, well, today, this video, I guess, because that was yesterday. I got 96 summoning, 95 prayer. Decided to do some cleansing stones on half an hour, just because if anything is like a level an hour roughly or thereabouts, decided it was probably pretty good to keep up on stuff like that. Currently rank 84. For me to enter top 75, I need like 8 levels. So I figured if I can at least keep pace with the slower skills at like a level an hour, then when I do things like thieving and get 30 levels over the course of the afternoon or whatever, then that should be a pretty big boost to overall ranks. I've been slow buying some visages in the Grand Exchange for 1.3 mil. Might have to up that. It looks like other people are buying them as well, but it took me about a day to buy 50 of them, and I'm doing so because I have 2 sets of smithing brawlers, and they have 434 charges each. I only have 568 protein bars, so obviously I have more charges than bars available to use them for, and the other strategies to use gloves are kind of annoying. You use like power bursts and all that with plate bodies to get massive boosts. I guess I could do that at the same time I do mining, since I do mining brawlers here. I've been getting like 600k XP mining, or 600k mining XP an hour, doing Bainite with Crystallize and the Gargoyle pouch. Anyways, this requires level 90. Gonna go ahead and try to boost for it here and hope I can finish this off. Miscellaneous equipment. See these AUG for 1.2 mil. Okay, looks like it takes 4.8 seconds. There we go, 21.5k. Actually forgot to activate Wisdom Aura, Legendary Wisdom, 2.5%. So yeah, 21.5k a piece. Oh, right. Should probably take this out. This is going to be a pain. I don't know if you can queue up multiple to craft at once, but the visage is too valuable to take out of, or to put into, rather, the yak. So yeah, I guess I'm just going to hotkey this and do them one at a time, but obviously 22k XP is absolutely massive. And again, 434 charges. If I could do this the entire set of gloves, that's like 10 mil XP per pair of gloves, which is obviously more than enough to finish off 99. So yeah, not going to need to do that, but I'm going to do it as much as I possibly can. It is at a slight loss, of course, but the speed more than makes up for it. And if I buy these at 1.3 mil and out them for 1.2 mil after I make the shield, that's 100k for 22k XP. It's less than 5 GP per XP, which is more than acceptable for the speed that you get. Fortunately, it doesn't look like you get item XP. I wouldn't get that much anyways because the XP is so boosted. Like 20 of my 22,000 is bonus XP, which wouldn't count anyways. But yeah, just unfortunate, so the hammer doesn't really do anything. Look how insane this is. I even had to run to the bank, and it took me 4 minutes to go from 90 to 91. That is, I mean, I've already said it like 3 times, but really insane. Here comes 111 Archaeology. Not the fastest skill, but in my AFK time, nothing really beats Archaeology. So whenever I have an extreme need to do something like 5-minute AFK worthy, I always default to Archaeology. And it gets me good invention XP, like 400 something K an hour, so yeah, well worth it on that front as well. But I am moving towards 113 and to access this spot, which is the one I want to do for quite a while, probably till probably at least 115. I will need, I think it's 83 Hunter. It's boostable, but I'd rather, get as close as possible. I am gonna go and do some Hetz training after this batch of artifacts here, but I need to be able to make some extreme hunter potions, because eventually I'm going to boost for the level 90 scarabs instead of sticking at the level 70. That'll also be how I use my hunter brawlers. I have 2 sets. They don't have that many charges, like 270 a piece, and there's not really anything good to hunt in the wilderness, so I'm just going to take the 75% bonus on scarabs. Alright, managed to get 84 fishing today, and so I've got a monthly of the oyster reduced still, and apparently this is affected if you boost your level. You get increased XP, so I'm getting XP as if I was 89 right now. Based on the table on the wiki, that must mean you get 30 XP drops, so I might have to reboost, but got a reset token here to do a double. Should finish off the remaining XP that I need for 85. Didn't really get any notable loot from the first round, but let's see about this one. Giant oyster. Yep. Nothing in particular. More planks. That's actually pretty good. I'm sure those are going for some ridiculous amount right now, because they were ridiculous before, and it's only gone up since then, really. Pretty much everything has skyrocketed in price given that it's the last week, and people did not bother to stock up on supplies, it would seem. Actually, the seed is probably worth quite a bit. Somebody was saying golden dragon fruit seeds were going for $1 mil earlier, which is just insane to think about. Guess I can drink one of this last dose for the extra XP. There's 85 fishing, enough for cave fish divine locations. With the 2 sets of brawlers that I have, that should get me to at least level 92, possibly 93, depending on how much of a boost it is once I switch over to rocktails. But yeah, over the course of the next few days, hopefully I can get enough people that are interested in putting down cavefish locations, and if not, I will definitely be attempting to pay people to put them down for me in the wilderness. These are pretty good XP drops if you ask me, 4,100 per fish. Unfortunately, I thought it was 2 resources per cavefish, and it's actually 3. So I have, let's see, I guess I'll do some math after this, but already got a level halfway to the next level as well. I am just about capped though, I just had to go and extend because I forgot to bring my Viswax, but yeah. This does put a bit of a damper on things because I have it's 390 charges per set of brawlers, and I have 2 sets of brawlers, so that's 780 charges. I can only use 166 of those a day, roughly. Yeah, 166, 167. So very limited by the number of days left. So this is for Thursday, which means I have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday left. 4 days, which is like 640-ish resources. Okay, I guess phrased like that, I have just enough time. See, 390 plus 231 here is, yeah, like 620, so it's going to be cutting it pretty close, but should get us all the way there. But that means that, for example, I won't be able to finish off this woodcutting with divine locations, even without brawlers, because I have, I'm going to be dedicating the limit as a resource towards fishing, because I should be able to get more levels that way. So I said earlier I'd probably boost to use my hunter brawlers at speedy whirligigs for this level 91 highest tier. Completely forgot about charming moths, probably because I was not high enough agility level, but picked up 83 agility earlier, which is the requirement for them, 83 agility and 88 hunter, and I can boost to that now with an extreme hunter, 78 to 88 here, soon to be 89, you know, higher the better. Actually realized I forgot to look at getting an Arctic bear pouch, but not going to bother with that now. These rings also give you, according to the wiki, a roughly 6% chance to double XP while catching butterflies or charming moths. So, gonna try this out and see how it goes. Only 540-ish charges between the 2 of these. 540 new. I caught one of them just to see if the 25% bonus from this was flat across, you know, wilderness versus non-wilderness. So, actually, hang on a minute. I guess I don't actually know that these definitely aren't going to give the full like 4.25 times XP because we're not deep enough into the wilderness. But so I wonder how much they're actually going to give. Can I try to catch one here? Okay, sweet. I know if you boost for them, it does not count for the sake of completing the achievement, but good to know that you can indeed boost for them. Okay, 6k XP. I'll have to look at how that's distributed. It is 5.9k XP per moth in hunter, that is, and essentially what is token agility XP as well. I mean, the charms are kind of nice actually because I'm slightly short on charms. If I get or if I use the ones I have during Amlot hour, I'll be slightly short of 99, so yeah, this will help in that regard as well. Just finished up my Hunter Brawlers, got me up to 89, just shy of 90. Might stay there until 90 actually, or even beyond, because you also get Agility XP, and just the hybridization of that might work out in my favor. But for now, it's reset again, so back to the cavefish bubbles. 88 fishing. Alright, limit is quick with these because you use 3 resources per catch. 41, 49 XP a piece is what I was getting, so about 688k XP a day. I think I might get to 90 tomorrow. Let's find out. Yep, should be on the last fish pretty much. That's pretty great. So I'm projecting like 91 or 92 by the time the event ends just from brawling gloves. I don't know if I'll actually train fishing beyond that. Guess I'll have to see. I was thinking about saving up some of my really good brawlers like smithing and cooking, but I've decided, I have limited time, limited resources. I have 70 draconic visages that are tying up my money essentially. Actually, hang on a minute. Look at my wealth value, and I'm gonna quick chat this to the clan before I do anything with that, because this is telling me, it's like close to a bill worth of items right here when I paid 100 something mil for them. So that's pretty funny. But been buying them at like 1.3 to 1.5 mil each as they come in from mostly wilderness events. So yeah, people sell them pretty cheap there, and then they AUK for 1.2 mil afterwards. So I think I already mentioned that, but basically, I need to get this money back so I can either start buying more or invest in other skills, and I want to make use of my wisdom aura as well, so might as well do it that way. I think there is some amount of value in like doing a high score shock at the end, but I don't think there's so much that I should like specifically hold out for that. Like thieving, yeah, I'm gonna end up doing that with, probably go to 69 to 99 within like a very short period of time, but I'm mostly just saving that because I'm focusing on other more pressing things at the moment, I guess. Regardless of that, this should be pretty insane XP, so keep an eye on the timer here. 76 minutes, 6.4 mil XP roughly at the moment. See how much we can get. There we go, level 94 smithing from 91. Took about 11, 12 minutes for about 1.5 mil XP. I'd call that pretty decent. Oh, and then somehow the GE price for these is even more, so check out this massively inflated wealth evaluator. Alright, it's time to stop putting off runecrafting. It's one of my last skills under 80. I live in thieving, so gonna pick up this gate stone. So this is needed for a relic power that will take you to the center of the abyss instead of having to go through one of the obstacles. It's only 25k tokens, but you do need level 80 to be able to buy it, so went ahead and, or I've been doing, like I said before, a few skills here and there. I've gotten, a few construction levels, a few engineering levels, etc. Oh, that reminds me, I completely forgot to mention, while I was doing some AFK mining earlier, I got a first for me, which is a blueberry special from a Saren spirit. So that's pretty insane. Never had one before, an interesting experience, wasn't expecting it. So I rolled on the Hazelmere Signet Ring table and rolled the 9 out of 10 chance to get this instead of the HSR. Not salty about it because obviously you're much more likely to get the blueberry special instead of the ring, so either way, an interesting experience. So the runecrafting setup will be Nexus mod. When entering the abyss, you arrive at the center. Harness that, yep. And pouch protector as well. Pouches will never degrade. Override death note, sure. I don't think I'll need Shadow's Grace for the buff to surge cooldown. If I do, I'll just come back and swap it, but one very important thing to remember, I will be enabling PvP. Ah, crap, I forgot about something. I need to make pouches for Abyssal titans is out there to carry more essence for me. And I also forgot, you can't do that unless you turn off the relic I just turned on. Actually, I might be able to kill some of these in the fairy ring area. I don't know if that exists in RS3. I'll check. There we go. Just a few of them. They last like an hour each. Maybe it's only 48 minutes. Can't remember if I was using, or if there's 64 with totem or 80 with totem, but I guess I can just hover over 48 minutes. Alright, either way, that's not too bad. It took me like, 4 minutes or whatever to get the 6 pouches, so if I do more than, 5 hours of runecrafting, then it should be easy just to go back and get some more. Oh, interesting, when you buy one here, it sends the item to the bank, so you don't have to, worry about forgetting or something like that. That's pretty nice. I think just shy of 90 fishing. Was wondering if I was going to get a level or not, but apparently not. Unfortunate. I am going to call this video soon. Unfortunately, I am falling a little bit in rank, just because I did a few slower things today, a lot of archaeology. Not really much else to AFK at the moment that I'm prioritizing, but really good invention XP from the 113 plus archaeology spot. Getting like 70k item XP per hour, so that's over 500k effective XP per hour, close to 600k even, for invention, which is... I am realizing as I continue to make these videos that I say the same thing just 17 times in each video. And saying that something is pretty nice is one of them. Alright, this should be one last level for the video. This ancient lamp I saved from a while back is going straight into runecrafting. This skill sucks. I don't mind it so much when I'm actually like needing thread or runes from it, but when I'm doing it just, essentially for the sake of XP, it doesn't benefit, basically it doesn't benefit from the fresh start bonuses nearly to the extent that every other skill does. So, say for example archaeology, 40% chance to double materials gathered right now. That's already 40% extra XP from gathering effectively, because you get bonus XP if you get a bonus material. But then you have the 2.5x multiplier on top of that, and the bonus materials save you money or time getting the extra ones to restore artifacts. Runecrafting, the XP from the abyss, and the additional bonus from the skull already count as bonus XP. It's not base XP. So that doesn't get multiplied by the fresh start bonus. Only the base amount does, which is like 10 XP instead of like 35. And so you're effectively getting less of a multiplier for runecrafting. There are no like doubling bonuses, so you'd never craft like double runes or anything like that. There's no like essence saving or anything like that. So yeah, it just benefits least out of pretty much everything, it feels like. Which is why it's one of my lowest skills. But yeah, it is still pretty quick, getting like a level every 20 or 30 minutes, so I'm gonna level it up a few more times probably before other things become more effective. Other than that, been doing some more charming moss in like AFK time. And then of course if I really need AFK, archaeology and invention are it. So I think that'll be about it for this episode. Today is Friday. Tomorrow I'm going pretty hard, I believe. Probably going to slam out a ton of levels and see if I can, even if it's briefly, hit the front page, because that is something, very few people get to experience. I never expected to be able to myself, even in an event like this, so it'll be nice to give it a shot. Anyways, if you enjoyed watching, feel free to give it a like, comment, or subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Peace.